Sponsored by MPW Mocklink TV and Mocklink Internet. Online at mpw.org. Each weekday morning, our local talk segment brings you the people who are helping move our community forward. Let's start the show.
Good morning, AM 860 FM 95.1 KWPC. I'm Jordan Davis. Thanks for joining us this morning for Moving Forward, as always, brought to you by Muscatine Power and Water. Say hello to Mocklink Phone, your new local phone company. Fiber customers, get it now. Switching is easy, and you can keep your old number. Learn more at mpw.org. I actually recently just got switched over to fiber at my apartment, and I'm a big fan so far. It has made a huge difference in the kind of speeds that I'm getting. So I'm a big fan of that fiber, and I hope you get it soon too. But this is Moving Forward. Thanks for joining us this morning on this Thursday, and I'm joined in studio by Fixed Operations Director or Manager? Director. What? Director. I'm so sorry. You literally just told me that, and I still couldn't get it right. Director there. So Josh Kieler joining us in studio from Toyota. Thanks so much for joining us this morning, Josh.
Thank you for having me.
Well, we're really excited to have you in and talk a little bit about what it is all you guys do out there at Toyota. I know you guys got a great lot full of cars, and also great service department, parts department, everything. So let's just start off. What do you want to talk about first? Maybe the service department?
Well, I think the biggest thing that people don't realize we have out at the Toyota dealership is the body shop. We've actually got an award-winning Abra Auto Body and Glass, which is a nationwide franchise.
Okay.
And 2 years in a row, we won the President's Award, which is a big CSI thing for them. So basically, you got to have customer satisfaction. And we get rated constantly by our customers, and apparently they like us.
That's excellent. Well, that's a great thing to have, too, because that body shop, some of these cars can be kind of difficult to work on nowadays just because of what they're made out of and, the designs in general. So I'm sure having a great body shop right here in Muscatine, folks are a pretty big fan of that.
Yeah, it's a good thing. The other thing is, like, the technology. Especially with Toyota stuff, is so advanced now that, it's nice to take it to your dealer to make sure you're getting it done properly.
Yeah, we came out there and I sat in a couple of those when we were out there for a remote not too long ago, and I feel like I'm in a rocket ship when I sit down in one of those. There's so much going on the panels because I'm coming from my 8-track little radio that's in my car, and then you've got all of this display in front of you. It's really cool, and it's pretty neat just how far the vehicles have come. And they do so many different things. You've got I know that you guys have some the rear view mirror. Cameras like the rear view, the backup cameras, and all the other stuff. What are some of the things that you got in some of the vehicles?
Well,
now?
The blind spot monitoring service. Like for instance, just to kind of marriage the service department and the body shop. If you happen to have a damage to your bumper and it's got radar cruise, and we happen to take the bumper off, that needs to be recalibrated.
Oh, okay.
And it's actually something to see. The technicians, they lay down a laser on the floor and they put mirrors in places, and it's wild.
Really?
Yeah.
That's really interesting. Oh, and so they'd like a laser to point so they know exactly which
dead center of it. Yep.
That's excellent. So you can get that blind spot
yep.
perfectly. That blind spot monitor, that's got to be super handy to have in those vehicles because
people that have it love it.
It's nice to be able to think, because when you're getting over in the left-hand lane, if you got a blind spot at all, sometimes it's a gamble. I don't think anybody's there, but I'm not 100% sure until I get over there. So that's really handy. So you got a great body shop. You guys do all sorts of stuff. You'll be able to fix not just the body of the vehicle, but also all of the interior stuff too that's coming that might need a little bit extra work with the service shop too.
Absolutely.
Excellent. That's really cool, and that's a great service. I'm sure folks here in Muscatine appreciate. So let's talk about the service shop. You guys are full service. You'll do all sorts of stuff.
Well, primarily Toyota Care is a big thing. A lot of people, I don't know if they all know about it or not, but when you buy a new car, it's such a whirlwind of information that you get all in that, that spiel that the salesman gives you. Toyota Care is a big deal. For 2 years, you get free maintenance on your vehicle.
Really? Wow.
So, and you could take it to any Toyota dealer. We'd obviously love to have you. And we find even people that don't buy from us come in and get service from us from the Quad Cities and whatnot. And there's a lot of people, obviously, Muscatine, there's a lot of people that travel from Davenport and from Iowa City to come here to work. So we do have a shuttle driver for the service department. So if you're working at Kent or if you're working at All Steel or H&I or any of that conglomerate there in town, we can come pick you up or come pick up your vehicle and bring it in for service.
That's excellent.
Yeah,
that's excellent, because that's a great thing. If you're in the middle of the workday and you've got to have something done, then if you need a ride back after,
it's tough once you're there.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people we find just drop off. They'll drop off in the morning, or they'll overnight drop. If they've got somebody with them, a coworker or whatnot, that'll pick them up. But we can pick you up from work to pick your vehicle up. Which is nice.
Yeah, that's a really big deal, and that's pretty handy too to have around, because you never know when you're gonna need when you're gonna need to stop by and drop off the vehicle. So that's part of your service department. What else can you guys do when it comes to that maintenance, that free maintenance in those 2 years? So what all falls underneath that?
Toyota's got their warranty parameters,
Mm-hmm.
but pretty much they're doing oil changes, tire rotations.
Gotcha.
And it's kind of neat, because even if you're on a lease vehicle, after you turn your lease in after 3 years, 36 or whatever your lease turns out to be, that you're giving back a fully maintained vehicle.
Yeah.
Toyota knows that.
Mm-hmm.
So you're passing on value. And it's ultimately, if we buy the lease vehicle back, as far as the dealership goes, it's great to turn around and sell, because we know it's been maintained.
Absolutely. And that's so true about Toyotas too. Is you always hear people say they just run forever. You've got I know folks that are still driving around just some ancient Toyotas, like the Toyota Camry is the one I feel like I see all the time. People are like, man, I've just had it forever. It's just been a great vehicle. So, and I'm sure it's got a lot to do with how well you guys take care of your cars, just in the maintenance.
Yeah,
so.
Well, that's a lot to do with it. It's comical, because it's nothing to see people come in with 200,000 miles on it.
Yeah.
And we've even find like a combination of the body shop. There's people that get their vehicles totaled out and buy them back just because they know what they've got. Mm-hmm. Hey, I just got done putting, such and such dollar amount in it. I put a water pump in and I put new tires on. You know what? I'll Band-Aid it back together and I'll keep the car. And there's a lot of people that do that with a Toyota just because they know that it's going to last.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. So what else do you really want to talk about? Parts, too. Parts as well, I think.
Our parts department's phenomenal. Most of the time, if you're looking for a Toyota part, we can get it next day.
Really?
Yes.
Next day?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Most of the time. And our parts managers, she's really good at her job, Ashley Jacks. She does a lot. Our service manager, Carla, does a lot. They do a great job out there.
So you got a great combination. You've got the body shop, you've got service, you've got parts, you've got the whole everything that you need to do.
One-stop shop, man.
Absolutely, that's excellent. So another thing I know that we really wanted to mention was that the new RAV is out. Is it the RAV4? Is that right? Is that the right name for it? The RAV4. So that's the 2019 on the lot
RAV4
now. Excellent. And
completely changed body style.
And that's interesting to me, because it seemed like a lot of those vehicles. I don't. What's the specific name for that type of vehicle? It's
I don't know if you'd call it a crossover.
Crossover. Okay, so those crossovers were all kind of. It seemed like a lot of them were kind of fit into that same body style. You know what I mean? Where they were all looking very similar across brands. Across dealerships total. So I'll be interested to see what the new one looks like. I haven't actually seen the 2019 yet. So I'm sure if folks want to get out there and give it a test drive, they certainly can right now, can't they?
Yes, they can.
Excellent.
Doesn't cost nothing to test drive. Just like I say in the body shop too, it doesn't cost anything to get estimates done.
Mm-hmm. That's great. And and it's a good thing to have all of those services right here, especially if you're going to come and get out and buy a Toyota, because you're going to be taken care of right here in Muscatine. Absolutely.
And the other thing that's great about our service department as well is, if you're using genuine parts on stuff, you don't have any issues for the most part. It's pretty much, and we warranty what we do. So, if you're putting a genuine part on and it's done by a Toyota service technician, you're not going to have problems. And if you do, they're going to be taken care of.
That's excellent. So as a consumer myself, what should I expect when I walk in the doors out of Toyota? Like, what should I expect to see when I come in to test drive a vehicle, or to maybe just look at purchasing one?
We just want to be there to help the customer. You come in and you say you want to purchase a car, someone's going to get with you and they're going to work numbers and they're going to put you in the car. I know you mentioned earlier about getting in a vehicle. I tell everybody this. I've been in the car business for 20 years now, fixing, and basically, after a while I say, after 20 years working on cars, they're all equally junk. And I say that as a mechanic and a body guy. But what I mean is, everybody has their own specific thing that they like. So what I recommend to you is to compare apples to apples. Get in cars that you like, We've had people that have traded out of a RAV because maybe they didn't like it and they got into a Highlander and thought that was amazing. The Highlander's just got a little bit more space. Or people that, were minivan shopping that got it in a Sienna and said, wow, this is amazing. It's all about your personal parameters, but I will say this, resale with Toyota, you can't go wrong.
Oh, yeah, no kidding.
Longevity, you can't go wrong. It's just really kind of impressive. I'm myself personally kind of a Ford guy. I've got Mustangs, and I grew up with Ford because that's what my family had. But when I got with the company, I got a Tundra, and I've absolutely loved that thing since I've gotten it. Matter of fact, my wife just we got rid of our 250,000-mile Explorer and got her into a Camry, and she absolutely loves it.
That's excellent.
Yeah,
it's excellent, and it's nice when you're able to find a car that is just the right fit for you, because it's there's nothing like sitting down in a car and being like, wow, this is comfortable. I could see myself driving this several 100,000 miles. So that's great. That's excellent to be able to find that right vehicle, and plus, like you said, the resale value of those too. Be able to know that the vehicle you have is going to be worth something too over the years.
Absolutely, and a lot of people now. It's actually cheaper for us to lease a vehicle than it is to buy, just the way vehicles depreciate in that. So if you're a person that, let's say, lives in town and you're not going to put that many miles on in a year, and that's something that the salesman would work out with you or whatnot, but leasing has really become the way of the future as far as that goes. And it's cheaper for you than actually buying. And, at the end of 3 years, you get into a brand new vehicle again.
Wow. Wow, that's great. And you guys are also, you're a new and used
absolutely
sales place. So you've got some older models on the lot too, if folks want to come check those out.
Absolutely. And if there's something we don't have, just ask a salesman. Dealer trading is a very, very common thing to do, and we have actually the dealership that owns us. Their website is totally available to us too. So.
Excellent.
So basically, you're pulling from two different.
Oh, great! So if there's maybe one that you guys don't have on the lot right here in Muscatine,
we can get it.
You can get it. That's great. That's great. And those Toyotas, I've got a couple in my family. They've got I think it's the Camry. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's a 2011.